Thanksgiving mini reading. I am going to probably record 3 of these. So whichever one finds you, whenever maybe they all find you, Timeless Oracle is meant for you. With that being said, I'm grateful you're here in the spirit of Thanksgiving, verbalizing it, saying it out loud. Another synchronicity that this may be for you, aside from Thanksgiving themes and gratitude, would be 212. Spirit was kind of encouraging me to do a channeled message around that number code, 212, and a couple others. So for the 212 collective, when this message finds you, and we're going to get some oracles and cards and tarot as well. I'm feeling this invitation, like seeing the 212. Spirit is bringing me into first, like this 2 of Swords energy from the tarot, which is a card where a character is blindfolded, seated position, holding 2 swords with crossed arms like this. And it really is oftentimes for me an invitation card, an invitation more specifically to go inward, to reflect, to reconnect, to ponder, to consider, to reconsider. A lot of it depends on the context, which one of those words or which others may resonate most. What I'm getting with this collective, though, it's as if I'm feeling it's the invitation to go inward. And then with that 1, I'm feeling called to a combination of recalibrating with oneness, essentially recalibrating the uniqueness of your now lived in present consciousness and the beautiful sacred vessel that you are in right now, the vessel that's tuned in, receiving my voice, this transmission in this now. Paired with reconnecting with, pure source, the universe, holiest spirit, God, goddess, source, like however you identify with essentially the energy from which we all come from and return to. So there's that oneness aspect. And then there's also the one, reminding me of the one card from the major arcana, the Magician card, and essentially through that recalibration with oneness, also recalibrating into your power and your ability to manifest in an aligned and confident way. It's through this recalibration with oneness that your confidence quite naturally is not only replenished, it's up leveled. And so are senses of security and stability. So that as you move out of this space, so we came in with the 2 of Swords, then we went into the 1 for oneness, as well as 1 of the Magician. And now for this I want to feel almost like exiting or transitioning out number 2. Whereas the first 2 was transitioning in. The second 2, transitioning out, is giving me 2 of Wands energy from the tarot. Essentially now coming into, from this place of recalibration, we are re-engaging with our decision-making power, our decision-making ability, and to really review the world being in our hand, in the palm of our hands, essentially having options, having choice, having freedom, an opportunity to really see and tune in and see in which direction is our soul calling us to grow, to expand, to travel, to explore, to engage with, to adventure to journey to. And this could be in any combination of things. Like this could be, a relocation, a move. This could also be, travel, trips, visiting places. It could also be a mix of things. However, this is some of the energy that's coming through with the pure channel that I'm getting. And I know I was getting like lots of itches on my left side, so receiving a lot of things and maybe clairaudience and maybe what is it, clairtangents? I'm not sure what it is for like the touch version of the clair sense, but I'm getting that as well as audience given how the ear was itching. Um, so yeah, so what we're gonna do is also with this 212 theme, I was getting like this urban, like city, New York City kind of vibration. Now you don't have to be there, you don't have to inherently be traveling there, although this may also resonate with you as an extra sign in synchronicity. But essentially I was thinking about like Marvel heroes, a lot of New York City based superheroes. So we're gonna use the Marvel superheroes oracle to start for this quick message. But essentially getting like this fighting like crime, fighting one's inner demons, like fighting the good fight, energy and vibe, the resources and the fights that sometimes go on in like the city and urban environments, and how they really can be proving grounds and training grounds for people finding themselves and stepping into themselves more firmly. Like even a night out on the town, like even if it's something, you know, more enjoyable and not, you know, inherently conflict oriented. All right, we had one. We have Mystique. Okay, what you see is never what you get. All right, so shapeshifter energy, shapeshifter vibes. A bit of femme fatale energy. The ability to adapt and be flexible for what the situation requires. And notice how I went from describing like the energy of more maybe fighting crime, fighting one's inner demons, fighting the good fight, however you may define that, to then talking about a night out on the town. You know what I'm saying? Until being almost like you're essentially very well equipped for a variety of situations and contexts. And I feel as though I feel a couple messages coming through, and a lot of them are really empowering. Often what Spirit has me here for. So with this whole shapeshifter energy, one is building off of this concept that you really are adaptable and flexible, and you're able to be ready for any type of situation or environment. And with that, Spirit wants you to feel thus more confident and more secure in yourself and in your circumstances and in your situation. Now, also, it has you being invited to care less about what people think and what people expect. Like, who gives if people underestimate you? Like, if and when they're meant to learn, they will learn. This is an era in which you're being encouraged to let yourself be seen and trust that you are well equipped for a variety of circumstances and situations, and thus you deserve to live your life fully and go where your soul really calls you to go. And trust that the right people will see you in your trueness and in your fullness as you feel welcome and safe to reveal and share that. Okay, we have Four of Swords coming out. A bit of invitation to surrender. I'm getting overthinking. We're getting a Knight of Swords, so maybe some communication. Something is coming in. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh, and a whole bunch of things went flying out. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Five of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles. With the star at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I feel as though there's going to be a communication coming in soon, and likely an opportunity, an offer, and it may require a bit of movement. Perhaps some travel is related to this, at the very least going to new places, new spaces. You're being asked to really lean into how do you feel about it, like listen to your feelings, let your intuition really guide you, and really allow your intuition and your heart to guide the way, because you may feel pulled in multiple directions, especially a lot of like mental noise, like doubt, anxiety, excitement, like multiple things. So let your heart help persevere so that by the end of it, you can really commit to this opportunity or whatever you choose to do Because either way, you're being guided to follow your dreams, follow your North Star, your soul, like where your soul is really calling you to go, and be bold, be the dreamer, and let the dream become and be actualized in your reality. You've got this.